Hello everyone. Today in this video we'll be discussing about the Xpulse 200 exhaust modification. This is the stage 2 modification which we are actually casting in our channel. Previously we have modified our catalytic converter, that is we have removed our catalytic converter in our Xpulse 200. That modification will not result in a bassy or a grunty sounding exhaust overall. But if you are a motorcycle enthusiast who is wanting a more engaging ride in off-roads, and you want a bassy and a growly exhaust note overall, then this is the right video for you. Before moving on to the stage 2 sound modification, which is a dual port exhaust, obviously we'll just have a look through on how the stage 1 catcon removal sounds like. So to begin with the stage 2 modification, we need to remove the 6 rivets which are actually present in the back side of the muffler, which holds the end cap. So you could see in this picture, I have drilled and removed the rivets. Rivets will be in position with these holes actually. You could see that 6 holes are present, and each rivet will be riveted onto these holes, but we need to use a drilling bit to drill and remove the rivets off of the place. So the next step of your modification will be skimming off your end cap from your exit pipe. So you could see this area right here which is welded. You need to use a grinding disc and skim this layer off. So this will eventually separate your the exit pipe and your end cap of the muffler. So after this you will actually need to cut this area, this entire part which is welded onto your muffler. So ultimately after removing this will remove your end cap as well as your the exit pipe, exposing the internals. So right here is your third chamber inside your exhaust, and right here is your diffuser, and here you could see there are 2 pipes. One is not visible, I'll show it later in the image. So these 2 pipes are basically for sound cancellation, which connects your chamber 1 and chamber 3. This is a typical reverse flow muffler, and you could see a perforated meshing around the entire internal surface. This is basically used for heat insulation. Since this exhaust runs very near to your thighs, Hero has implemented a dual layer internal structure for effectively insulating your internals. So the next step will be removing this exit pipe from your baffle, the chamber division, which is the baffle obviously, dividing your chamber 3 and chamber 2. And here in this image you could see that the exit pipe has been removed from the internal baffle. Baffle in sense the division in chamber. Right here is the hole where your exit pipe will be just pushed in and press fitted. So this will not be welded and all. You can just use a plier to wiggle and remove it out of your muffler. So the next step on this process will be you need to enlarge this hole right here, which is your exit hole into the third chamber's baffle. You need to use a gas torch and melt this area and make it appropriate for a 1.2 inch diameter pipe. After enlarging the hole, you need to install a pipe like this. This is a 1.2 inch diameter pipe with 16 gauge thickness, and make sure you use a stainless steel 304 grade such that it won't rust in the future. The entire length of the pipe will be 8 inches. So this 8 inch ensures that you reach the second chamber. You could see that the pipe has been welded inside. So here's the welded portion. Ensure that you don't leave any residual metal or scrap metal, which we have any metal filings or something like that inside your exhaust. That will make some sort of rattling or vibrations when you are revving the bike hard. We need to reinstall the cap and re-weld it again such that we are sealing the entire exhaust. As you can see in this clip, I have welded the end cap back in position. here are the welding, and you could see that this area is red hot since it's not cooled off. And then the next step will be welding back your pipe with the end cap, right, like so. So I'll show you a image where it's completely done. So in this image you could see that this portion is welded back into place. So after welding these two regions, this completes your step 1 of this entire modification. So the next step of this will be adding another exit port from your chamber 3 to the atmosphere, which will enhance the entire sound and the beat of your exhaust. If you are new to the channel, do hit the subscribe button for more automotive contents and videos. If you like the video, do hit the like button, and if you have any queries, type down in the comment section below and we are ready to assist you further. So to add the second port onto your exhaust, we need to make a oval hole right in the slanted surface right above the first port. So although the pipe is round, we need to make a oval profile right here such that your pipe stays in parallel with the port number 1, which is right below. So this is your port number 1 and this is your port number 2. The port number 2 connects your chamber 3 to the atmosphere. This port is actually responsible for the bassier growl in the exhaust. So the pipe length also plays a crucial role in the entire sound signature of your exhaust. You need to have a 1-inch pipe diameter with a 16 gauge thickness, and the pipe length should be somewhere around 7.5 inches to 7 inches, such that it delivers a bassy and a grunty tone overall. So if you need a different the sound signature, you can play with the pipe length. You can even add a 5-inch and a 6-inch pipe. That will make your exhaust slightly loud. After inserting the second pipe, that is your second port, we need to weld off this section by sealing your third chamber. You could see that the weld seam is right here. This weld needs to be proper and careful such that you seal the entire pipe and the end cap such that you don't cause any unwanted noise or leakage from your exhaust. The reason behind adding the second port right above your first port is why, because inside you have a diffuser which is actually protruding till the end of your exhaust, which travels through right here. So adding a second pipe down below was a pretty a nasty job if you ask me. Why? Because is that adding a shorter pipe will make your exhaust very loud, and the baffle is pretty near, and then if you are adding a port which is pretty close to that, again your noise won't be pleasant to hear. So we compromised on the visual part slightly. That was a huge reward on the sound aspect. So adding the second port right above your first exit port will make your exhaust into a much bassier tone. Why? Because we have added a lengthy pipe. We have added a 7-inch pipe overall. So the 7-inch pipe sums up to a pretty bass and a growly exhaust overall. The reason because why we are adding a second port in entire in our overall exhaust build, you could see our NS200, AS200 build as well as the Xpulse build. The reason behind adding the dual port is that we need to have a sweet sounding exhaust as well as a slightly freer flowing one. So having a single pipe and having a good sound, if that's the first priority, then definitely the flow won't be that good. If you are increasing the pipe diameter, obviously the sound levels will go higher. So you are compromising on the sound part rather going with the free flow way. But instead having a dual port exhaust will make sure your sound level stays in the limits, but it will be a sweeter sounding one since you are having two different sound waves coming out from your exhaust. And then your flow characteristics also will be very much better compared to a single port exhaust, since you are having two different diameter pipes and two different length pipes which are coming out connecting to your atmosphere, which will eventually reduce your back pressure by a huge margin. That will turn up and show in your bike as a performance gain. Fabricating your end cap. So here you could see I have made a oval hole right here. Since this is also a slanted part, we need to mark and cut a proper oval hole right before you proceed off with painting or doing other steps. So the next step will be protecting your previous exhaust. Obviously you need to add a high temperature paint which is very much necessary for a high heat part like your exhaust. So right here we have painted our exhaust back and installed it back in the bike. So this is how the end modification looks like after the entire process. So don't forget to paint your end cap before you install it onto the bike. So the end cap right here we have painted it in the gloss black, which suits well onto the bike. You can go with any color as you want, and this paint does not necessarily we need to be high temperature paint, because this area will be pretty much cool when your bike is even running. So a regular paint will do the job very well. To summarize this entire build, we need to first remove the end cap by drilling the rivets off of the place, and then we need to skim off the exit port and then your inner the end cap. Then proceeding off, we will be just removing the end cap out of your muffler and then removing the stock exit pipe out from your baffle inside. Then we will add a 1.2-inch pipe which will act as your port number 1. Then we will make a oval hole by adding to add the second port into position. That will be a 1-inch pipe with 7-inch in length. So that pipe stays inside your third chamber, effectively making that bassier and growly tone inside. Then we will weld off the entire section, and then we will just make a stencil, and then we will cut a oval section out of your the outer end cap. Then we will grind the excess welded part and the filings off of the end cap. Then we will paint the entire exhaust and install back the outer end cap. This can be either riveted back into position, or you can use some self-threading screws. If you are a person who is more often modifying your exhaust, you can add a self-threading screw onto place, which will be pretty much easy to remove and install it back in the future. This entire exhaust build was actually pre-calculated in paper. Let it be the port diameter, the pipe length, the chamber volume inside. These were actually pretty much calculated in the paper and simulated beforehand. We actually went ahead with the process. So the sound and performance expectations of this entire build actually exceeded our expectations. So we had a sound signature in mind, and the outcome was pretty much close to the expected sound which we had in our minds. So we were pretty much satisfied with the entire outcome, and the performance was pretty much on spot on when the rider went for a spin. So definitely this is a recommended modification for your bike if you are expecting more performance and a connected rider feel. So the sound actually makes the rider bond with the bike when we are riding the off-road, or let it be cruising in the highways. So without further ado, we will just check out the exhaust note in the video. Hi guys, this is our South Indian Trail Rider team.
We have planned to do a Q&A session, separate video. So do let us know what your queries and doubts about the motorcycles. We will try to answer the questions in a separate video.
Yeah, so if you have any doubts, your personal questions, and if you are having any doubts regarding motorcycles, do let us know in the comment section below. We'll make a separate Q&A video for that.